welcome back to more Pokemon Light 2. And yeah, we're back to this now. Even though, yeah, I'll explain why the Kappa videos is the way it is. But yeah, I'm back from illness, and yeah, we're gonna be doing some interesting things today, obviously. So yeah, last time we took on Marlon, the last gym leader, pretty interesting one. As the last gym leader, another water type trainer as the last one. And yeah, we also found Team Plaza's base, the Plaza Bridget, and then we're going to be taking that on as our next main objective. But we have some other things that we could do now, including, yeah, we can get a nickname, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So yeah, let's go see Gliscor here, and let's get them a nickname. So yeah, so I got a couple of names, obviously. We got Demona, which is a female gargoyle character from the show Gargoyles. She's a recurring antagonist. We got Serena, who's the first name of the character, Serena Sonado from Kamen Rider Forts. She's based on the constellation Scorpio. Of course, yeah, I remember Glycol's Bear design. It was this really freaky looking scorpion design, so yeah. Then there's Nocturna, a villainess from Batman, who's either a vampire or just a person who resembles a vampire. And finally there's Lilith, who, yeah, is Lilith. So yeah, which name did I like the best? I liked Serena the best, so that's what I'm going to go with. For Gliscor the slavery, so yeah, only one team member left, but yeah, who could it be? That's something we're gonna have to find out later. It looks like so, yeah. Anyway, because yeah, I mean, there isn't that many options left though. If it's a Pokemon the main story, that is. So yeah. Anyway, with that done, let's go to. There's actually a couple of things we could do. Let's go to Humalao first, because there's like two things I did here. That's a bit related. So yeah. So yeah, so there's like a couple of things I did off screen. Let's go in our PC box and have a little look. It's also nighttime now, which is good for what we're about to do, so yeah. So let's go in here. I see I did catch a Shuckles, so now Shuckles been added to the Pokedex. And I also got a Mantine. You can catch a Mantine 5% of the time with Ripple of Water on Route 21, so yeah. So yeah, I did that, and yeah, we can go trade it. I can't remember exactly where the person is, but let's have a look. It's kind of neat to do this, in my opinion, even though, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the point of the Tangrowth is to beat the last gym. Although on Charger, that actually might be a bit difficult, considering that, yeah, he has a lot of Ice-type moves. So yeah, Mantine can at least, you know, tank a little bit and use Air Slash, but yeah, it's probably not gonna, you know, break through. So we're gonna trade this to Slick. I don't know if I've actually done this trade before. Because I feel like, yeah, this one is a bit difficult, considering that Mantine's obviously kind of difficult to get. Dagger is probably the easier Pokemon to get, to be fair, so yeah. Hey, we've got Tangles. And since it is a trade Pokemon, it probably has some pretty good IVs, so yeah. Hey, the Tangrowth I gave you is awesome, isn't it? I got you a Mantine, I feel awesome too. That's nice, see? Say it's level 45. There's a Citrus Berry and an Often Dosasauce, so I assume it has a pretty good HP IV then. Yeah, that's totally too bad to be honest. It even has Chlorophyll too, which is the like. It has a hardy nature, so yeah. Not too bad. And again, yeah, I do remember Tangler being difficult to catch, so yeah, that's not a bad thing to go after then, so yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna go to my notes now, so yeah, I think now that we've done that, let's go back to Castelia, because there's like a couple of things I want to do in Castelia. Obviously, there's the Jordan Avenue, long one as I like to call it, and then also the Battle Subway. I did battle on the Battle Subway, so yeah, so that's good. Probably also means that, yeah, there's stuff to do in Anvil Town, so yeah, I might consider doing that as well. But anyway, I'll throw away Tangrowth. Let's get Briari back so I can fly again. So we'll go to Dronavi first. So yeah, I did get ill, unfortunately. It's a pretty bad illness too, although the interesting thing about it was that I actually got ill after I recorded for the day on Sunday. So then, yeah, I actually record the the parts. I definitely was visibly, I wouldn't say visibly, you could kind of tell I was coming down with something. So yeah. But yeah, I managed to actually record all 3 parts and not even realize I was getting ill, so yeah. But yeah, that meant because I did get ill, I needed to rest. I couldn't actually edit the videos, so that's why yeah, there's like 4 videos there before yeah I started uploading again. Those are the videos I was unable to edit because I was too ill, so yeah. Anyway, we're in the Bowser subway now, because yeah, as you see there, 45 BP, that's really good. I'm gonna go buy the Life Orb now, because again, it's nice to have around. And yeah, we could also buy a TM as well. I'm probably gonna buy Sword Stance. I'm not so sure if I'm gonna use it or not, but it's nice to have around. Especially because yeah, most of my team learns Sword Stance, so yeah. So if I need it, it's right there, so yeah. So anyway, let's go join our team now. So yeah, Journey has developed a little bit because I was able to do a bit while I was ill, but not too much. So yeah, although I don't think we have a level 8 shop left. I also did learn that level 10 is the level 10 is the max actually, but that takes a very long time to get to, so yeah, anyway. We might see it today though, because yeah, this guy wants Genesis rings, so yeah. So yeah, I did get ill. I had to skip basically the whole of the next week because of that. So I didn't go into work, obviously, I was just recovering. And yeah, I'm in a pretty decent place now after a week of work now, so yeah. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, early morning again like this, when I do record. I'm a little bit congested on the throat, so that's why I need to clear it out like that. I really should think about, you know, drinking some hot water before recording. That's probably something to start thinking about, so yeah. But yeah, I feel up to it. In fact, yeah, yesterday was really good. My sinuses, which caused me a lot of problems, they didn't cause me any pain yesterday, so that's good. So yeah, I'm definitely in a pretty good place as a result, so yeah. So yeah, I'm up to recording this weekend, so yeah. So let's see here. Could we get a rank 8? That'd be awesome. Anyway, we should also use the services obviously as well, so yeah. Not today. It's probably gonna happen the following week it looks like, so yeah. But, you know, let me think about trying to get Genesis ring. Some stuff next time, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, we do have a lot that we could do here, so yeah. Speed, level 32. Because he's rank 7 now. I'm gonna give this to... It's probably either Lacey... I think, yeah, Lacey, Ronan, and Tonya. And yeah, Lacey does want it. Probably Ronan needed that a bit more, but that's okay. Because yeah, that's 32 EVs right there, so yeah. And then we got 24 attack. I think Antonia wants this. And then yeah, once these guys do have, you know, maxed out EVs, then I can start thinking about giving this to Serena. I mean, that's the idea, because yeah, Serena, yeah, because we... I mean, I do wonder if Serena would max out quicker or not. That's something interesting to bring up anyway. Maybe I'll give both these to Run if Run can take them. Which they still can, so that's cool. So again, yeah, I was... I was ill. But yeah, I think I'm in a much better place, obviously. So yeah, especially because yeah, I'm actually recording now. So yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I think I'll also get the speed to Ronan, and I'll get the attack to Antonia again. So yeah, it's already strong. So yeah, that I think means that the EVs are maxed out. So yeah, so we'll see if Lacey wants this, which looks like they do. So Lacey's gonna be very fast. It wasn't all bad though, because yeah, kind of related to one of my topics later, but kind of kind of sort of related to one of my topics, so it can be talked about later. Yeah, I managed to learn a lot about Thomas while I was ill, so yeah. And yeah, I managed to learn about not only the oh, you're already strong too. So yeah, I guess yeah, we might actually start boosting up life scores too. Life scores gonna be very strong though. So yeah. And yeah, at least he's still confused a bit, so yeah. So that means yeah, we can put all our special attack into John Tracy as well. That'll be nice, so yeah. Let's see, we do have special attack. So once again I'll go this to John Tracy. I should probably be giving HP to John Tracy as well, but again I'm gonna focus on offensive stats mainly, so yeah. Anyway. And yeah, it looks like Lisa's gonna get more speed and more attack until they max out, so yeah. So they learn about Thomas, not only the TV series, but also the Railway series. Like, I watched 2 videos talking about all the books in the Railway series, so yeah. So I'm pretty comfortable with that, so yeah. I'm gonna be talk a bit about Thomas later, maybe? We'll see. I do have some Thomas-related topics, though, for legendary encounters, so yeah. I'll probably talk about those later, but anyway. Anyway, with that done, yeah, that should be all the stat boosts. So yeah, both Ronan and Antonia don't need them anymore, so that's good to know. Because I'm pretty sure that's what, you know, if they don't want to give you the source, that means, I'm pretty sure that's what it means, so yeah. Of course, there's normally like a NPC who gives you a ribbon to a Pokemon that says maxed all these EVs. I actually don't remember where it is in this game, to be fair, so yeah. Yeah, you just get Heartstones, you know, the experience. I did learn also the style. It's actually not too useful because it only works if the Pokemon has is not fully happy with you, so yeah. So you have to lower the happiness, which I don't like the setup, so yeah. So I might want to replace the Sun, to be fair. And then, yeah, we have a special defense set now. I think that's new. I think I'll just buy the Ether. And I guess I'll buy more of this because, again, my money's good. I'm gonna get it back pretty easily too, I think, especially because, yeah, I don't buy every day, so yeah. Anyway, you have Shovel Berries now. And Pineapple Berries. That's not too bad. Habar Berries are a bit weird, but hey, because they only work on Dragon-type Pokemon, but hey. Still quite interesting, anyway. Second, yeah. Hopefully I can do a good job on my return. This is going to be a pretty interesting, hopefully it'll be a pretty interesting part, and I can talk about my topics pretty well too, so yeah. Also got some Ultra Cell as well, we can make a big profit out of this, so yeah. And yeah, use the Vert quite a bit, so yeah. And I could go with these, but I don't think I want to, so yeah. I think I'll just stick with the training. It's nice to have around though, so yeah. Alright, so that's all the little errands. Let's go on to the meat of it. And yeah, 3 is actually in front, although I think I want John Tracy. I'm going to Lacanosa. Actually, I want to go to, I don't even fly to Palooza because you know what just happened, so yeah. Didn't think this through very well, did I? But anyway, so let's fly to Palooza. Because, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not the end of the world because, yeah. I mean, yeah, we can use the Pokemon for that, I'm pretty sure. Everyone else is shivering in here, though. And yeah, Mr. Metal has something for us. Indulgent customer. So that's good. So yeah, I want to go here because yeah, we need balls. Let's buy some more dust balls. Let's buy 50 of them. Time is not bad, so I'll buy 20 of them. And then yeah, I'll get some more quick balls because they're useful. You know, yeah, I'm probably not going to use them in this battle because what these folk would have. But anyway, because I need to make sure that something on my end gets off, let's just say. So yeah, anyway, let's start them on balls. Let's go Lacanosa. And here we are. So yeah, let's get on the bike. And here they are. Say it's nighttime. You could use the dust balls, and I am respawning, looks like. Oh, you also want to save. Oh, yeah, I should have drawn Trace in the front because yeah, we want to fundelate this. Alright, and yeah, let's do just that. Alright, let's do this. Alright, Cobalion. Level 45, Steel Flying type, justified for its ability, with the moves Sacred Sword, Iron Head, Retaliate, and Thunder. Well, not Thunder Wave, that's what I'm using. Helping Card. So yeah, so Cobalion, a pretty interesting Pokemon because yeah, it's defensive of the Sword Justice, because it has the highest defense stat. And also yeah, it has the amazing Steel type on its side. So yeah, it can yeah, tank a decent amount. On the physical side, so that's pretty good. And yeah, its level up move pool, as I mentioned there, I mean, its style moves aren't too bad to be honest. And yeah, it's about to get some pretty good moves in a bit. That did a bit more damage than I would like, but that's okay. So, how do I want to weaken it a bit further? I'm guessing Antonio. Yes, again, it has very good physical defense. One thing that could have helped is Full Swipe. That's definitely a move I could consider later, so yeah. Alright, I guess I'll go for Shadow Claw. It's not stab, but it can crit is the problem. Yeah. It's gonna be a little bit difficult getting this into the red, I feel like, so yeah. I'll try a return. Easy, that flash game did a lot more than I thought it would. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So yeah. So again, yeah, Cobalion is a pretty good boost, especially starting out. As I just mentioned, Sacred Sword is 90 power fine type moves, so yeah, that's not too bad. And Iron Head is obviously your best physical steel type stuff. You know, again, you don't need it too much, but it is at least kind of nice to have, so yeah. And then of course, it's very close to Sword stats, which is very good. Although it has some other boosting moves like Work Up on its side, and even Calm Mind later on, so yeah. And at the very high levels, it gets close to that, so yeah. But Sacred Sword's still good, considering that, yeah, again, this is a bulky Pokemon, so you may not want to actually lower your own defenses like that, so yeah. And another thing I like about this Pokemon, it has a very wide TM move pool. It gets what you expect, like, yeah, rock type moves or coverage, but it also gets, like I said, Calm Mind. It can also use stuff like Rock Polish. It could use Volt Switch, it could use Thunder Wave, so yeah. It's got quite a lot it could do. This is a very diverse Pokemon, that's a thing, sure, so yeah. Anyway, that was close. And then yeah, the Mood Tutors, which are new to it in this game, they're not super useful for it, but there are definitely some kind of nice moves. I mean, the main one that people are going to be looking at is Stealth Rock, once again another utility move, so yeah. And yeah, Cobalion definitely has a lot of moves that, yeah, it could use for utility like that, so yeah. Anyway, you can get Smack the Rise too, and Send Headbutt as well. Those could also be fun options. But anyway, stat-wise, like I said, it has the highest defense of the three with 129. It does have kind of low special defense though, only 72, but it does have a decent 91 HP. It actually has 90 offenses, so yeah, both of them are the same actually. It's good because again, it has the Work Up and it also has Calm Mind too, so yeah. And then a very good 108 speed to top it all off, so yeah. Cobalion, yeah, a very good Pokemon. You could definitely use it if you so wish, and you know, have some fun doing it. I don't say it's the best in the Battle Subway though, because even though again, these Pokemon are allowed in the Battle Subway, okay, that was close too. I don't think Cobalion's your best option, even though, again, it could do well, though, because, again, it does have the Steel type on its side, and it could do some pretty decent damage, and, of course, yeah, it could set its teammates, too, with stuff like Thunder Wave and Volt Switch, so, yeah. So those aren't too bad options to think about, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, now that, yeah, we talked about it, I mean, yeah, that's the main area I want to run, yeah, it's also the leader of the Swords of Justice too. And yeah, I say it's a pretty fitting team leader to have, so yeah, but anyway, that's it. So I say that, yeah, we're gonna move on to the next one, because I was able to talk about a topic. It has a body and heart of steel. It worked with its allies to punish people when they hurt Pokemon. Good stuff. So that's not too bad. And yeah, we also want to put these in a lettering box. So let's go ahead and do that. And yeah, for this next battle, yeah, we definitely want full swipe. Because it's actually kind of useful. So yeah, let's rest. All our Pokemon did well in that battle, so yeah. So there we go. Alright, let's go in here, and yeah, let's move on. So yeah, what did we get? We got a Jolly one. That's kind of interesting, but yeah, I probably would go with... I'm not really sure what I would go with, to be honest. Is again, both its offenses are good, so yeah. No, yeah, Jolly, yeah, it does make sense for a Sword Stance boost, I think, so yeah, not too bad actually. And yeah, I guess because I, moved to here, that means that, yeah, the next Century Pokemon are gonna go in there, so yeah. Alright, let's go on to the next one. So yeah, we're all healed up, and yeah, like I said, we did get full swipe thanks to Reversal Mountain. This next spell, it's pretty useful. So yeah. In fact, yeah, because Antonio actually does some pretty decent damage, I might just keep it for the next one as well, to be honest. And Rona can also use it too, which is nice. But yeah, considering that, yeah, this move slot, I have no idea what to do with. Why not? We'll just go with full swipe right now, so yeah. Alright. So that done, yeah, let's yeah, go on to the next one. I think this will be the last one for this part too, depending on how fast it is, so yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be a bit awkward, but yeah, we need to go to Opelucid. And yeah, of course I'm gonna need to get to Turbo as well. Alright, onto the bike. That's gonna, because yeah, the thing about this attack, it also affects the surrounding routes. So yeah, so like I said, I can get a little bit awkward because of that, so yeah. As you see though. So now yeah, basically pick my way around. Luckily though, the grass was not touched, so yeah. So I can just do that. Actually, no, it was a little bit. But yeah. This guy, though, was unaffected, so yeah. So let's take the game once again. And once again, yeah, we got that Thunder Wave on our side, but I think, yeah, well, we're mainly going to be using his full swipe, so yeah. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, Antonio can set up quite nicely. Alright. Let's go with this one. This is Virizion. So, I actually can't remember how it's supposed to pronounce, but hey, that's okay. So, it's level 45, Grass Fight, type Justified Principality, the boost, Sacred Sword, Giga Trade, Retaliate, and Helping Hand. So, yeah. So, this is the special defensive of the bunch. Giga Trade is very annoying, I must admit. So, yeah, I'm gonna get a full soak. To counter that, basically. So, yeah. Anyway. So it's a grass fight type, that's kind of a strange type, but yeah, it's also the special defensive of the lot, so yeah. But there are definitely some good things, of course Giga Train I think is one of them. It can obviously tank, and then obviously heal back its health, so that's not too bad. But yeah, if you don't want to use that though, you can use Deflate, but the problem with that is it's a level 67, and then obviously on that gets close combat, so yeah. I'm really full slides, but that's okay. Because yeah, that does decent damage, and then of course yeah, it's not gonna knock it out no matter what happens, so yeah. So again, yeah, there's definitely some interesting ways to use this Pokemon. I think yeah, Calm Mind is kind of legit, it's just that again, you don't have a very reliable fighting step if you do that, so yeah. Unless you want to go mixed, so yeah, that's about. I do think that yeah, it does have a very good move pool, I must admit, so yeah. Luckily this won't heal much, and yeah, if it does go into yellow health, you just full select it, so yeah, no problem with that. Alright, so yeah, back to talking about it. But yeah, its move pool is pretty similar. It does get workup, it does get close to combat, obviously starts a Sacred Sword, it's close to sword stats. So yeah, you got a lot of decent boosts right there. And yeah, once again, its TM list is very good as well. The rock type coverage is very nice. Grass type Pokemon get pretty good coverage, although yeah, interesting enough, it actually doesn't get rock side, it only gets stone edge, so keep that in mind. You can also use other grass type moves like grass type, for example. Meaning use X's, I mean, yeah, again, there's definitely, I feel like there's a little bit more of a drought in terms of good moves when compared to Cobalion. But again, it's not like terrible, I think. I think it's still pretty solid though, I must admit. So yeah, again, I don't think it's as good obviously, but again, I do see the potential for a decent Pokemon right here. So yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah, we can look at the mood tutors. I didn't get much, unfortunately. Yeah, none of these moves I would say are worth chasing after, except if you really want to use it, and you really want to use it on the physical side, because you've got like an Adamant Nature. I guess Seed Bomb is an option until you wait for the Leaf Blade. And then, of course, the stats. It's basically what you expect. It has 72 defense and 129 social defense, so yeah, those are slot. Every other stat is the same though. 91 HP, 90 attack, 108 speed. That 108 speed I think is one of the main draws with this Pokemon, I think, once again. And it's fast, so that means, you know, more opportunity to set up and do some damage later. Again, high social defense is a little strange, but hey, it does mean that, yeah, it can set up on special attackers with stuff like Sword Stance, so yeah. So that's not too bad. I'm gonna go for another full sector. So there we go, put it down 1. So yeah, we'll go for another Pokeball here. Again, I wouldn't recommend this thing for the Bar Subway either, or the PWT, because again, it's good, but I feel like there's just better options in terms of, you know, Pokeball like that. I mean, that wasn't too bad. Did we go out to the last one? I think we can. Let's go for it. Let us say the so-called combined opponents with swift movements. Again, yeah, you could definitely use this thing for the Vasa. It'll do alright, I think. But again, I just think there's more impactful choices. But again, it's not a bad Pokemon though. Like, it doesn't have a grass type Pokemon, it's fast, it hits pretty hard, and it doesn't have too much trouble setting up. So yeah. I mean, that's all hallmarks of a pretty solid grass type Pokemon right there. So yeah. It's a bit of a strange fight type option because again, grass isn't the best at fighting, but it can be pretty good as we see with Brolooms, so yeah. So again, an interesting choice. Again, I'm not really sure how to feel about Virizion, to be honest. I think it's a pretty solid Pokemon, but again, I think compared to the other two though, I don't think it holds a candle, so yeah. Anyway, let's have a look at the one we just scored. It's an Impish one, interesting. Isn't that plus defense? Yeah, that's not amazing for it, but hey, it is what it is. It probably wants higher social defense because even though balance that's bulk would be nice, I'm not so sure. I feel like there's a bit of diminishing returns on our cards, so yeah. Alright, so that done. This one might be a little bit painful for Antonia, but the thing is, I can't heal those, so if I can, you know, put it down to low health and full stock, that'd be great. I think I do have one idea of something we could do. Again, we always save before these, so that's not too bad. And once again, yeah, I'm unable to talk about their toys because I'm talking about these Pokemon quite a bit, so yeah, that's okay. Yeah, probably should get my Dazzle Machine back, even though it's probably going to go away again. Also make sure not to fight that guy. And yeah, it is the last one, so we need to go see him because of course Chorus, so yeah. So yeah, let's save the game. You never know, this guy could take a little bit of a while, so yeah. Alright, let's give this guy a go. Alright, this is Terrakion. So Terrakion is our 45 Rock Fine type, justify for its ability with the move Sacred Sword, Rock Slide, Retaliate, and Hook. And yeah, Rock Slide is a bit of a problem for us. But anyway, I'm gonna try Discharge first. So yeah, unlike the other two, Terrakion's an offensive Pokemon, as I'm not sure. And yeah, Rock Fine type makes a lot of sense for that role. And yeah, that's good, that's good. You didn't get the para, but that's okay. And the question is, can we actually get in and full swipe it to 1 HP? We actually don't get the para though, that's a problem. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go for a revive after I full swipe it down, hopefully. Anyway, so yeah, Terrakion, yeah, Rock Fine type. That's a very good type combination for a offensive Pokemon. Yes, again, the thing about that is that, yeah, the thing about that is that, yeah, Fighting is very well complemented by Rock in terms of type coverage, so yeah. So having both is just amazing. Having Stab on both is very good, so yeah. So yeah, definitely very much recommended, so yeah. And yeah, its other moveset, once again, yeah, is very complimentary of this role too. It gets Rock Slide, it obviously gets Stone Edge, and then obviously it gets Close Combat later. And yeah, this is the one you want to use Close Combat on, that's dang sure. So yeah. So yeah, the question is, do I go for the switch now? I think I'm going to try it. So anyway, so it's going to be 1 HP and it's going to be paralyzed, hopefully. So yeah. There you go with Baltic Hands, that's good. They're getting the power off now, so yeah, no matter what happens. So yeah. And of course, yeah, I also get Sword Stance, obviously. I kind of wish it got Bulk Up. I don't think any of them get Bulk Up, but it is what it is. So yeah. And yeah, its TMless is also very complimentary. Earthquake is amazing type coverage also. So yeah, you obviously want that. You're gonna use X-Scissor again. Other than that, not too much. But again, you can also get Sword Stance. Again, you get Rock Polish this way too. There's a lot of good moves that Terrakion can obviously use. So yeah. If you really want to, you can also run both Rock Slide and Stone Edge if you want a more accurate option. And anyway, all you really need for Fighting Stab, Close Combat. Yes, yeah, that thing is going to hit like a truck, obviously, so yeah. Anyway, and then yeah, for move tutors, again, not much. All these get Super Power now, but Super Power is worse than Close Combat, pretty much, so yeah, you can't spam as much, so yeah. Zone Headbutt though could be interesting. Iron Head, not so much. And yeah, Stealth Rock could be kind of funny as well. But anyway, in terms of stats, to be honest, it's actually pretty good in terms of stats because its dump stat is its special attack, which it's obviously never going to use. That's its 72 stat, and of course it has the 129 attack. 90 defenses is not terrible, and then 91 HP is not too bad either. So yeah, and then of course the 108 speed. There's a lot of ways you use Terrakion, and of course, as you can probably tell by how I'm talking about, this is the one to use in the battle subways. You could definitely, you know, jack up the power of War with a Life Orb or a Choice Band. Ooh, critical capture. Will it do it? No. That would have been cool though. So yeah. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen one. I believe the chance increases the more Pokemon you catch, so yeah. But that would have been so cool if it caught it, but that's okay. So yeah. Again, there's a lot of ways you can use Terrakion. Of course, you could jack up the power, like I said, with a Life Orb or a Choice Band. Yeah, you're gonna be hitting serious numbers with that, especially if you do have an attack boosting nature. Of course, the speed boosting nature I think is also extremely good. You can even use the choice card pretty well as well. It's gonna just hit so hard, and then it going first against a faster target could be game changing. And of course, yeah, there's obviously a Sword Stats moveset too, if you're able to, you know, set it up. Again, its bulk isn't bad to do that, it's just that, again, it does have quite a lot of weaknesses to worry about is the thing. So yeah, water and ground are two of its weaknesses, and those are pretty common. So yeah, so you need to be thinking about how you're going to deal with that if you're going to, yeah, You need to think about that a little bit if you're going to go for that moveset. I think just, going all out offense is probably what I would go with. With Terracon, if I was using it in like the battle subway, so yeah. And like I said, yeah, it's a very good choice, especially if you can complement it with other Pokemon that, cover its weaknesses. Like having a Levitate or Flying type Pokemon that can switch in on the ground type moves that are definitely going to be aimed after it, so yeah. And there we go. I didn't get to talk about a single one of my topics, so that's okay. Here's again, these are kind of interesting to talk about, that's the thing, sure. This is a common Pokemon, Circle of Legend. This Circle uses phenomenal power to destroy a castle, and its effort to protect Pokemon. Alright. Not too bad. And yeah, I think we'll call that a good plot too, so yeah. Alright. That also means that, yeah, we don't want, that means that, yeah, we don't want, what I'm trying to say, we don't want Volsup anymore. We're not going to be catching a Leche Pokemon for quite a while, actually. So, yeah. Man, that's definitely encouraging that, yeah, it didn't take too long to catch all of them. So, yeah. So, that's obviously good to see. So, yeah. Anyway, we got a Naughty one, yeah. Naughty is a pretty good feature, but, yeah, it doesn't need social attacks, so, yeah. Adamant and Julie are obviously a lot better. But, hey, I'll take that. So, yeah. Now, another thing I should mention about these three is that if you knock them out, they'll come back in the post-game at level 65, which is a bit scary because they have sword stance. So, yeah. Obviously, yeah, you want to tread with a bit of caution because of that, so, yeah. That's why, yeah. But obviously the trade-off is that they're way closer to close combat, so, yeah. So if you're going to use them in the battle subway, then you might want to think about doing that, so, yeah. Just going in the post-game I don't think is enough. Again, I do think that, yeah, you need to knock them out first. So, yeah. Anyway, I should mention another thing too. I was actually in the battle stuff I should mention. I was using Serena without the nickname because, yeah, I want to see if they do better than John Tracy. I was pretty satisfied. Because, again, one thing that definitely helps, I had a Flying Gem, so I could use Flying Gem acrobatics, so that gems are very strong, as I showed, or as I learnt there, so yeah. Even though, again, Serena isn't the strongest. Despite that, though, yeah, the damage with the Flying Gem acrobatics is really good against some of the tougher Pokemon at the end, so yeah. So I was pretty happy with that. Anyway. So with that done, yeah, once again, I didn't get to talk about any of those topics, so hey, it's good to have them around because there's a lot of legendary Pokemon in this game, so yeah. But anyway, with that done, yeah, let's end this part now. So yeah, next time, we're going to be taking on the Plasma Frigid. But I think before that, yeah, we'll go to the Big Stone Slowpoke to prepare ourselves, so yeah, look forward to that, and I'll see you guys again for that.